He didn't just rule Los Angeles' underworld, he brought chaos, corruption, and violence to the city like no one before him. Mickey Cohen was the man who turned glitz and glamour into fear and infamy. Mickey Cohen, one of the most notorious mobsters in American history, was a key player in the rise of organized crime in Los Angeles during the mid-20th century. Born in 1913 to Jewish immigrants in Brooklyn, New York, Cohen's life of crime began early. After a troubled childhood, he turned to petty theft and boxing, before finding his true calling, organized crime. During a time when Los Angeles was becoming a cultural hub, Cohen's operations pulled back the curtain on the city's darker side. Behind the sunny streets and Hollywood allure lay a world of extortion, illegal gambling, and violence, all orchestrated by Cohen and his network of criminals. Mickey Cohen's rise to power began with his association with Benjamin Bugsy Siegel, another infamous mobster who played a major role in establishing the Las Vegas Strip. Cohen worked as Siegel's enforcer, protecting his interests and helping expand the reach of the crime syndicate. After Siegel's murder in 1947, many believed Cohen had a hand in avenging his mentor, solidifying his reputation as a man who wouldn't hesitate to use violence to maintain his position. Cohen's operations in Los Angeles were extensive. From running illegal gambling rings to controlling prostitution and extortion rackets, he held significant influence over the city. His boldness was matched by his cunning, and he knew how to manipulate the system. By bribing law enforcement and forging alliances with politicians, Cohen kept his empire running smoothly, even as public outrage over organized crime grew. Los Angeles in the 1940s and 50s was a city in flux. Its burgeoning film industry and influx of new residents creating the perfect environment for both opportunity and exploitation. Cohen capitalized on this, becoming a public figure in his own right. Unlike many mobsters who stayed in the shadows, Cohen basked in the spotlight, giving interviews and even courting the media. One of the defining moments of Cohen's career came in 1949 during the infamous Brentwood shootout. As rival gangs sought to eliminate him, Cohen became the target of a coordinated assassination attempt at his home. Gunfire erupted in the upscale Los Angeles neighborhood, with over 30 bullets fired at Cohen and his associates. Though wounded, Cohen survived, further bolstering his legend as an untouchable force in the underworld. This event put Cohen squarely in the public eye, but it also marked the beginning of the end. The shootout brought increased scrutiny from law enforcement, who began to focus their efforts on dismantling his operations. The aftermath of the Brentwood shootout was a turning point for both Cohen and the city of Los Angeles. Public officials, feeling the pressure to crack down on organized crime, launched aggressive investigations into Cohen's dealings. Unable to escape the mounting evidence, Cohen was eventually convicted of tax evasion, a common strategy used by authorities to bring down mobsters when direct evidence of other crimes was harder to secure. Sentenced to prison, Cohen spent several years behind bars, but his influence lingered. Rival gangs vied for control of his territory, leading to further violence in the streets. Meanwhile, Los Angeles began to rebuild its image, distancing itself from the criminal underworld that had once loomed so large. Mickey Cohen's story didn't end with his imprisonment. After serving his sentence, he attempted to regain some of his former power, but found a city that had moved on without him. He eventually faded into obscurity, spending his later years giving interviews and reflecting on his life of crime. Despite his fall from grace, Cohen's legacy remains a pivotal chapter in the history of Los Angeles. His reign not only exposed the deep corruption within the city's institutions, but also left a lasting impression on the public's perception of organized crime. From Hollywood films to crime documentaries, Mickey Cohen continues to captivate audiences as the embodiment of an era when Los Angeles was as dangerous as it was dazzling. What do you think about Mickey Cohen's impact on Los Angeles? Was he a product of his environment, or did he shape the city's history for the worse? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.